Окей, добрий вечер. Меня зовут Мэтт Томпсон. Я отвечаю по вопросам культуры, прессы и образования в американском консульстве в Екатеринбурге. И добро пожаловать на нашу программу English You Can Use. It's the English program where you can actually use this English tomorrow. We're really happy you can be here this evening. This is the second season. We did this earlier this year, and now this is our second season. And we're excited to have some new information, some new guests, and some new activities. I'd like to start always, just want to invite you, if you have not subscribed or you're not a follower of our Facebook Vkontakte page or YouTube page, go there, sign up, and you'll get these notifications automatically. And if you have friends who want to improve their English as well, invite them. So I'm seeing a lot of people I recognize online here. Eva, Svetlana, Roman, Ivan. It's great to see all of you here again. We've made some improvements. We've made some changes. We've listened to some of your feedback, and we hope that you like it. So let's get started here. Tonight we have a great program. I'm going to talk a little bit about American football, that mysterious sport that's so popular in the U.S. but nowhere else in the world except for Canada, Mexico a little bit. We're going to do we're going to learn, what else do I got? I have to remember what I got. We have a really special guest tonight, Lubov Bondarenko. I want you to say hi to her. Let's see. Make sure I do this right. There she is. Say hello.
Hi guys.
She's going to tell us all about her time in New York and in Washington a few years ago, and also tell her about her work with Euro Music Night. So I'm seeing more people come on. Anastasia, hello, Natalia. Anastasia from Surgut, good to see you. So let's just get straight into my program. The program about football, but also I forgot I have a translation quiz for all of you, and I need you to participate. So please do. Let's see here. So I picked out some phrases that if you go to the United States, you might learn these, and you might be a little confused by them. Sometimes they get dropped into conversation. But a lot of them are related to American football or sports in general. So the first one, you can't see it, but it says drop the ball. And drop the ball, the drop the ball means to screw up, to make a mistake, to not hold up your responsibility. And it's a very colloquial thing to say in the United States. It's something you'll hear a lot. So you'll say, oh, John dropped the ball on that. He didn't turn his report in on time. So if you hear that, drop the ball is related to American football when they throw the ball forward and they have to catch it, but sometimes they drop it, and that means incomplete pass, which is a mistake and is not something you want to do. Okay, let's go to the next one. Sideline. This is a confusing one. So a sideline is related to sports in general. But the sideline is that line that separates the out of bounds and the field. So you'll see sometimes where people use it, say, let's not do that project night now. Let's put that on the sidelines. Or let's sideline that. It means to put to the side, to put off for a moment, to delay. And this all has to do with sports. To sideline something. And that yellow line, not the yellow, but the white line you see on the screen is the sideline. Thanks, Roman. Nice to see you as well. I took a long break. Well, not a long break. 1 month. And Vikrant, he says, it's a sin to drop the ball. It's not a good thing, yes. Sin, grach, that's pretty serious, but yes, true. Let's go to the next one. Kickoff. So kickoff is the beginning of the game, or if you know American football, it's after the team has scored, that team then has to kick off to the other team. And that picture there shows them putting the ball on a tee, T-E-E, and you kick it to the other team. And it's kind of used in other situations as a kickoff party. It means a beginning. It means something to begin a process or begin a season or anything where you're starting off something. So if you hear this in conversation, let's kick this off. That means let's begin. And again, it's related to sports. Hold the line. Hold the line here. These are people playing football. These are linemen. Hold the line means to hold your ground, to not let someone come closer to you, or to defend something. And it comes from football, I think. So if you hear that, it's not used as often, but it's something good to know. Hello, Svetlana. And lastly, the Hail Mary. Now, if you were watching last season, I did go over this Hail Mary. It is an interesting thing. This is where religion and sports collide. And Hail Mary, which is like based on Mary, the woman from the Bible. It's when you make a long pass at the end of the game and you try to throw it up, and it's just the last chance. There's very little probability that it will actually happen. So it's a Hail Mary, like you're just praying that you do something right, or something happens in your favor. So if you hear this in speech, a Hail Mary is like a last chance effort, a last chance to do something. Make sense? All right, so let's go to, translation challenge. This is where you need to participate with me. I picked out some phrases in Russian, and there are the same, they're sayings or pogovorki or poslovici, and we have an equivalent in English. And it's your job to try to translate this Russian phrase into English. Понятно? Okay, поехали. Let's do it. Hi, Yulia. Nice to see you. I wish you could see my dog's here next to me, Frida. She's wanting a treat. I think she didn't get one. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. That's not. There we go. Okay. So, translate this. At dobra не ищут. At dobra не ищут. Anybody have any ideas? So if I read this literally, I would say from good, they don't search. But that doesn't make any sense in English. So I'm going to give you a second or two. I think these are good for us to think about how communication can get crossed, where language is really connected to culture. And if you don't know the culture, then you're not going to really understand the language. So this is a really good. So I know you're about 15 seconds behind me. We got goodwill. I'll put this up here. It's a good guess. Goodwill. Anybody else got a guess? At dobra не ищут. Don't search from anyone kindness. I think that's the general feeling, but I think there's something more specific. Let's see. The best is the enemy of the good. Well, pretty good, Roman. I think you might got it. Have got it. Let's take a look. So the phrase it usually is leave well alone, leave well enough alone. Or another way you can say it is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Not find from kindness. So leave well enough alone. This is good because this doesn't translate exactly word for word the same as in Russian. So if it ain't broke, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So just keep it going. If it's going fine, don't mess with it, right? Maybe that's the way we should do it. All right. Let's go next one here. Translate this. Всему свое время. See if you can translate this. Nasser, you say, when are you coming to Chelyabinsk? I wish I could come soon. Right now, pandemic doesn't allow me to get out very much. So when everything's safe and I can go, I'll be in Chelyabinsk. Let's see. Всему свое время. Yulia added, "Good enough is good is as good as a feast." That's right on. That works. Let's see. Всему свое время. All has its time. I think that's pretty good, Galina. There is time for everything. Yekaterina, excellent. All in good time from Roman. All great. Let's see if they're right. There's a time for everything. So I think all those variations you gave are right on. This is probably the most famous in English. There's a time for everything. Or all in good time. Actually, that's true. And Natalia, I'll if I was a teacher, which I'm not, я не преподаватель английского, я только носитель английского. But far from being a teacher. There's a time for everything or all in good time. I think those both work pretty well. Okay, let's go to the next one. And I apologize if I don't get this right. Slovo ne воробей, вылетит не поймешь. Is that correct? Maybe? Slovo ne воробей. I don't know воробей. Вылетит не поймешь. Поймешь. It should be поймешь. I'll ask Luba when she gets on. Maybe she'll tell me. Okay. And this is our last one, by the way, before we get to Luba. Alexandra, you got the last one. Good job. All in good time. Okay. Okay. So, does anybody have any guesses? This is a really hard one. And I chose this one because it was hard. And we can't do everything that's easy, right? So, the best way to translate this, I believe, and if I'm wrong, think before you speak. Think before you speak. I got Nikolai, catch good words. Anastasia says a word spoken is past recalling. Yeah, Anastasia, you got the sentiment right. Think before you speak. Take care of your words. That's a very good one. And Marina says, oh, Marina, hello. A word is not a sparrow. If it flies, you can't catch it. You did the Bukvalna translation. So the easy way to do this in English, if you see this one again, be careful what you say, Irina. I think that's exactly the same. Very good. And Galina, mind your words. Excellent. Think before you speak. It means don't go ahead and say what you're going to say. Make sense? If I'm wrong about this, put it in the comments and say, Matt, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. But then I'll give you the book I found, and you can tell the book that it was wrong. So now that we're done with that, we're going to welcome our guest, Lubov Bondarenko. And she's going to advise here. She's joined us from work. I think she's still working, correct?
Hi. Yeah. There was much to do.
Welcome.
As usual.
Well, Lubov, in case you don't know who she is, she works for Euro Music Night Festival. She works on the New Rock Festival that used to exist. Um she has done a lot of work in the community with sports and field hockey in particular, which she'll tell you a little bit about. And I wanted to know, what have you been up to lately? It's been a long summer. No one has seen each other, but
That's
what's new?
that's true. And first, thank you very much for having me and for giving me a chance to speak a bit English. um, so, right, that was a long, long summer and long, long spring, but that was a lot to do.
You've
so,
been busy. You were busy putting together Euro Music Night, which happened just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, correct?
yes, it was a kind of permanent preparation for Euro Music Night because first we planned it to the end of June, as usually, then we planned it to August, and just were, searching what's happening. And finally, we got the date, September 18, and finally we made it. It was really a challenge for preparing Euro Music Night Festival for 3 weeks.
Wow.
Usually we are busy with this around half a year or maybe around a year, booking our headliners. But the team is so brilliant, and the community around Euro Music Night Festival is so helpful. So finally, all the forces were concentrated, and we finally made it offline to save a usual atmosphere of the festival.
Hmm.
But during this temporary, procedure for preparing Euro Music Night, we made a lot. So we can calculate. It was a project for young musicians, which is called Euro Music School, for school bands under 18 who made a special course, offline version, during 2 weeks in August with a gala concert. Then we had Euro Music Camp,
Hmm.
offline version in March, and also offline version in September.
So,
3 days of express course for Euro Music Camp.
so you've been pretty busy.
Me, the team, yes. Me, I was busy, with some regulations, with communicating with the administration, with our government, with police, some very important things that really allowed us to finally have Euro Music Night. But we also got a very interesting and very, I guess, helpful project, which is called Committee of Music Industry. You can find Google makemusic.world
Hmm.
and find the website of this project. It accumulates all the forces around music industry, and we have created the platform to help music industry to play a better role and have more support in economic field.
Oh,
So
cool. Yeah, that's very helpful. Entrepreneurship through music, or
yes, we
entrepreneurial
can.
music. Yeah.
Yes, we can speak more about this project maybe next time.
Okay.
Because
Well, I want you.
we are ready to talk it about all the time long.
Okay. Well, I want you to talk a little bit about the program that you participated in a few years ago when you went to New York. I believe you were in New York. And just briefly tell us about what it was and what you got out of it, or what did you like about it?
So, right, that was exactly 2 years ago. And this day, 2 years ago, I was in Washington, D.C., and then moved to New York City. And sure, thanks to English language as well, that I got it in school, because English is an instrument that helps you to make more better things, especially around sports, because the program was called and is called a Global Sports Mentoring Program, and empower women through sports in particular. And as I'm a manager of a professional men club, which is called Dynamo Field Hockey, it helped me to apply for this program and check how we can make a better world through sports, to analyze US experience, to analyze all the researches which were made in sports, and how sports is empowering people, how sports is empowering girls in particular. So that was cool experience, because I met a lot of incredible people, and I've got the third family globally, because the first is my native family, second is field hockey family, because if you play field hockey, you can knock any door in any country to any hockey player and get support. And the third family is this Global Sports Mentoring Program family, whom you also can ask assistance in any questions, even it's not sports, because everybody will make it his best to help you.
So I wanted to ask you, I think if I'm right, you really improved your English later in life. Is that true, and how did you do that? Because most of the stories you hear people learning English from a very young age, and then it becomes natural, and then they get better. But would you say that you maybe struggled and then you got better later in life? How did you do that?
First, thank you very much, Matt, for the compliment.
Молодец.
So I can say that I've improved, but I had a very good start with a very good base from school, because it was 10 years of learning English, and at the end I was even thinking in English, because there were a lot of grammar, but also a lot of poetry, a lot of texts and technical translation. And then, thanks to my job, that also gives me a chance to improve my English, because I started to organize different international events, thanks to field hockey, and organize all the international travelings. I'm a manager of our team and also of a national team, which helps me to write a lot, which allows me to speak a lot. And for sure, communicating with foreign artists whom I'm responsible for, and especially we've started with US Consulate General. So you were the first diplomatic mission. We have started to work together. It helps me to save the language, maybe at the previous level, but also when you are talking with English-speaking colleagues, it always helps a lot.
Absolutely. And there's a comment right now that says, from Yekaterina, she says, once you go abroad for work, you learn fast, step by step, with the development of your career, and you improve the language. Я согласен с вами, потому что я говорю лучше в России, чем в США. It really helps to be in a place where you're hearing it all the time. And I loved hearing about your experience in New York and getting to do that mentoring program and bringing back those ideas. And I'm sure you gave a lot of impressions and ideas about just your talking about Russia and who you are for the Americans you worked with there. So I'm glad you participated.
Yes, all my American colleagues were very impressed with projects we are doing here, and
Wonderful.
especially with Ural Music Night together with you as well.
That's great. Well, we have a nice comment here from Yulia. Says, if there is strong motivation, you learn better. I agree with that. Well, so nice to see you. It's been a long time. I hope we can, after the pandemic is over, we can see each other in person. And I appreciate you coming on our program and sharing with us your experience. Spasiba.
Yes, thank you very much. That was nice to talk and to meet all of you. And yes, now we are starting to plan our next year. So speak soon.
All right. Do skorova, and thanks a lot. Take care.
Bye.
So that's our program. I'm shortened this up a little bit. I want to make sure it's quick and useful, so not too much information for you to memorize. Hopefully you can go back and watch a few of the examples and take and use this knowledge tomorrow, because that's the point. So we're adding something new to this program now this year, this season. We have our program live here, and then following it, we have a live conversation. I will be a part of it, and I will have at least one or two native speakers with me. It will be on Zoom, called English You Can Use Overtime, and you have to sign up in advance for that. I'm sorry, we only have one spot left right now. We have 19 people. So if you want to be a part of it, there's one spot left. Send us a private message on whatever VKontakte or YouTube or Facebook. And if you're the first one, we will add you to the list. I'm going to start this call in about 5 minutes, but you need the link to be a part of it. So thanks again for joining us. If you have feedback or thoughts about how we can make this better, I always listen. I check every comment. I check every email. You can always send us a private message on any of the social media platforms. So until we see you again, be kind, keep an open mind, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.